of louvers placed on the outside of a building to shield the windows from direct sunlight is drum wall, solarium, verisolil, and the trombe wall. And the answer is the verisolil. The second one is a vertical diaphragm acting as a thin, deep cantilever beam in transferring lateral loads to the foundation is pneumatic structure, cell, membrane, shear wall. And the answer is the D, shear wall. Move on to the next question. A glass unit consisting of two or more sheets of glass separated by a hermetically sealed air space to provide thermal insulation and restrict condensation is reflecting glass, heat absorbing glass, low emissive, low E glass, insulating glass. And the answer is the insulating glass. Next, sky component is an element of earthquake resistant design, daily factor, rainwater harvesting, thermal performance analysis. And the answer is the B, daylight factor. Next, architectural design today need not address climatic consideration, energy efficiency, stylistic affiliation, users response. And the answer is the C. Next, designing responsive architectural space requires consideration given to passive cooling system, innovation in structural system, smart building system, user satisfactions. And the answer is the user satisfactions. Next, creating architectural design proposal may not include. Options are formulating an area program, evolving design alternatives, incorporating structure and services into finalized proposal, design detail of interior furniture. And the answer is the D, design detail of interior furniture. Next, the earliest archaeological evidence of urban architecture is form of the Khosla period, Buddhist period, Islamic period, and Harappan period. And the answer is the D, Harappan period. Next, a white powdery deposit that form on an exposed masonry or concrete surface caused by leaching and crystallization of soluble salt from within the material is effervescence, efflorescence, efficacy, and effluent. And the answer is the efflorescence. We move on the next question. And Antonio Gaudi's architecture is an example of geometric pattern, floral pattern, organic shapes, and linear shapes. And the answer is the organic shapes. Next question. Pablo Picasso was known for his creations in Impressionism, Pointillism, Dadaism, and Cubism. And the answer is the Cubism. Next question is the presence of irregularities in design in which regularities which still prevails may be defined as anomaly, repetition, radiation, and similarities. The answer is the A, anomaly. Next question is consider the following statements. Kuch lies in hot and semi-arid climate zone, Delhi lies in composite climate zone, Delhi lies in warm humid climate zone, and Kuch lies in hot and dry climate zone. Which of the above statements are correct? 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 3 only, 4 only. And B, 2 and 4. Next, vernacular building in hot dry climate are characterized by elongated plant shape, large door and window opening, compact form with small courtyard, stilt floors for proper ventilation. And the answer is the C, compact form with small courtyard. Next, the component that contribute to daylight factors are sky component and internally reflected component, externally and internally reflected component, sky component and externally reflected component, sky component, internally and externally reflected component. And the answer is the D, sky component, internally and externally reflected component. 16. Consider the following statements. Flat roofs can reduce heat load in hot dry climate. Lightweight sloping roofs prevent indoor temperature to increase above outdoor temperature in warm humid climate. Sloping roofs allow flow of rainwater in warm humid climate. Flat roofs reduce heat load and allow flow of rainwater in composite climate. Which of the above statements are correct? 1, 2 and 4, 1, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4. And the answer is the C, 1, 2 and 3. Next, Bhimitic rock shelters, an archaeological site exhibiting the beginning of South Asian Stone Age, are located at Aihole in Karnataka state, Raisen district in Madhya Pradesh state, Ellora in Maharashtra state, Perambulur in Tamil Nadu state. And the answer is the B, Raisen district in Madhya Pradesh state. Next, consider the following statement. As per Council of Architecture guidelines, the professional conduct of an architect shall be apply his her skill to the creative, responsible and economic development of his country, not given or take discounts, commissions, gifts and other inducements for the introduction of client or of work, promote the advancement of architecture standards of architectural education, research, training and practice, provide professional services of a high standard to the best of his her ability. Which of the above statements are correct? 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 2 and 4 only, 2, 3 and 4 only, and the answer is the 1. The characteristic of the both Ravanna style and Nagara style of temple architecture are found in the temple complex at Mahabalipuram, Pattakal, Konark and Gwalior, and the answer is the B, Pattakal. Which of the following publications are by A.R. Charles Jacques? Critical Modernism, Complexity and Contradiction in Architecture, Learning from Las Vegas, Learning from Las Vegas, The Story of Postmodernism, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 4 and 3 and 4. And the answer is the C, 1 and 4. Move on the next question. The plan of which building is not based on the principle of centralized organization? Hagia Sophia, Istanbul, National Assembly Building, Capital Complex, Bangladesh, United Habitation, Marseille, France, Villa Capra, Villa Rotunda at Venezia. And the answer is the United Habitation, Marseille, France. Move on the next question. The house by the William Morris belonged to a movement in architecture, namely Art Nouveau, Art Deco, Postmodernism, Art and Craft movement. And the answer is the D, Art and Craft movement. Next question is the design of a public building must be judged among other things by its capacity to stand apart from the rest of a building on the street, connect seamlessly to the street it is on, be easily concerned from the public, have yearly demarcated entries for high official. And the answer is the B, it connects seamlessly to the street it is on. Move on the next questions. Consider the following statement. Urban heat island is a phenomenon caused by operation of a high percentage of radiation by the built mass in urban areas by high density and high rise constructions in low rise built up areas. Which of the above statements are correct? 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 2 only. And the answer is the B, 1 and 2 only. Next question. Consider the following statement. Art Nouveau advocate nature as a source of all good design. William Morris was the main exponent of the Art Nouveau movement. Art Nouveau was expressed in fabric first and was later on used in architecture and furniture. Art Nouveau objected to borrowing of ideas from the past or other cultures. Which of the above statements are correct? 1, 2 and 3, 1, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 4, 2, 3 and 4. And the answer is the B, 1, 3 and 4. Move on the next question. Consider the following statement. Fluttering echo is formed in room in which opposite wall or floor and ceiling are parallel to each other acoustically. Flat surface reflect an acoustic wave to a large extent. Time between the end of one and the beginning of the next reflected wave is longer than 50 meters. Which of the above statement are correct? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, 1 and 3, D, 2 and 3. And the answer is the A, 1 only. Next, float glass is manufactured by drawing the molten glass from a furnace, rolling molten glass into a plate and grinding and polishing it after cooling, pouring molten glass onto a surface of molten tin and allowing it to cool slowly, embedding a square or diamond mesh within the flat or patterned glass. And the answer is the C, pouring molten glass onto a surface of molten tin and allowing it to cool slowly. Move on the next question. Cells are thin curved plate structures constructed of reinforced concrete in which the structure and membrane are one. The structure and membrane are separated. There is only membrane and no structure. There is only structure and no membrane. And the answer is the A. The structure and membrane are one. Magenta is a color derived from one of the following system of color: subtractive primary color, additive primary color, radiating primary color, and selective primary color. And the answer is the B, additive primary color. The next question is the design quality indicator for building may not include functionality, star value of architect, place making quality, structural stability. And the answer is the B, star value of architect. Next question. Zero tolerance in design and production is possible today because of availability of energy audit tool, availability of high accurate digital metrology tool, possibility of calculating quantities to many place of decimal, intense professionalism in the field. And the answer is the B. A conic section found by a intersection of a right circular cone with a plane that cuts through both the axis and the surface of the cone is parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, and spheroid. And the answer is the B. Ellipse. Next question. In an accelerator, the left handrail moves while the right is stationary. The right handrail moves while the left is stationary. Both handrails are moving. Both handrails are stationary. And the answer is the C. Both handrails are moving. Move on the next question. Pointed arcs, parotid, vaulting and flying buttresses were the technique to span the huge spaces and to handle the thrust in Gothic architecture, Byzantine architecture, Roman architecture and Greek architecture. And the answer is the Gothic architecture. Next question. Villa Save at Poissy, France is a design of internationally famed architect Le Corbusier's philosophy of 5 points of architecture, sectoral planning, Brutalism and Severalism. And the answer is the A. 5 points of architecture. Next is the Fatehpur Sikri Place complex of Akbar is a good example of cluster organization of space, radial organization of space, linear organization of space, centralized organization of space. And the answer is the A. Cluster organization of space. Next question. For which one of the following structures marble and sandstone were used in combination for the first time in an Islamic architecture? Qutub Minar, Alai Darwaja, Taj Mahal and Humayun's tomb. And the answer is the B. Alai Darwaja. Next question is the which among the following is not a housing project done by architect B.V. Joshi? Aranya Community Housing in the Township of Reliance Industries Limited, Hazira, Hudko Housing, Jodhpur, Township of Gujarat State Fertilizer Corporation, Baroda. And the answer is the C. Township of Gujarat State Fertilizer Corporation, Baroda. Next question is the Halibut and Belur temple, popularly known as star-shaped temple, were carved out of which of the following material? Chloritic schist, sandstone, marble and granite. And the answer is the A. Chlorithic sticks. Next, extensive use of building in furniture, use of brick on edge instead of RCC, lintel, corbelled arches, pillar slabs and brick jalis in the building are characteristic features of an architecture of Charles Correa, Uttam Jain, Laurie Baker and B.V. Joshi. And the answer is the Laurie Baker. Next question is the in which of the following are the characteristics of colonial style of architecture? Symmetricity, a long rectangular floor plan, a staircase at the back of the house, rooms that connect to each other rather than a central hall. And the answer is the A. Symmetricity. Move on the next question. Human beings have binocular vision that covers about 80 degree, 100 degree, 140 degree and 170 degree. And the answer is the C. 140 degree. Next is the which building is regarded as a first modern building built on Indian soil? High Court, Chandigarh, Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi, Golconda, Pondicherry, Writers Building, Kolkata. And the answer is the C. Golconda, Pondicherry. Next question is the primary factor for perception of depth are convergence, accommodation and disparity due to binocular parallax, combination, distort and mass, density, volume and length, density, volume and height. And the answer is the A. Next question is the a square standing on its edge appears smaller than the one lying on its side, distorted than the one lying on its side, bigger than the one lying on its side, smaller and distorted than one lying on its side. And the answer is the C. Bigger than the one lying on its side. Next is the an Art Deco style of architecture is commonly found in Hyderabad and Bengaluru, Mumbai and Kolkata, Ahmedabad and Chandigarh, Simla and Darjeeling. And the answer is the B. Mumbai and Kolkata. Move on the next question. Which of the following building was not designed by Richard Rogers? Pompidou Center, Paris, Lloyds Bank Building, London, Guggenheim Museum, Melbourne, Millennium Dome, Greenwich. And the answer is the C. Guggenheim Museum, Melbourne. Next question. The sensitivity to the slightest stimulus differences is psychologically termed as perceptual change, sensory modulation, pregnance of the corresponding perception, and perceptual consistency. And the answer is the C, pregnance of the corresponding perception. Move on the next question. The external circumstances that can influence the mode of appearance of colors are light, texture, and position, form, proportion, scale, and mass. Texture, form, texture, and position in the field, form, proportion, scale, and texture. And the answer is the C, texture, form, texture, and position in the field. Next is the according to Munsell, three color attributes are light, dark, and neutral, hue, value, and chrome, warm, cold, and temperate, tone, shade, and tint. And the answer is the B, hue, value, and chroma. Next is the periodic repetition of similar but not identical movement is called balance, continuity, rhythm, and similarity. And the answer is the C, rhythm. Next is the in which city are Petron stars situated? New York, Tokyo, Kuala Lumpur, and Dubai. And the answer is the C, Kuala Lumpur. Next is the site philosophy is based on the ecological content of architecture, sociological and physiological content of architecture, environment and economical content of architecture, all of these. And the answer is the D, all of these. Next is the Charles Dickens is associated with radical eclecticism, romanticism, rationalism, or sequentialistic eclecticism. And the answer is the A, radial eclecticism. Next question. We regard human society as a vital process, a continuous development from to nebula is the key declaration of metabolism, morphotopology, archigram, rationalist. And the answer is the metabolism. Next is the street and the square are the only one necessary models for the reconstruction of a public realm, urban area, town, and district. Answer is the A, public realm. Next one is the condition of observed connection of sense is called kinesthetic, synesthesia, synthesis, anesthetic. And answer is the B, synesthesia. Next question is the regional survey are divided into three broad classes dealing with psychological factor, physical economic factor, and socio-economic factor. Physical factor, physical economic factor, and socio-economic factor. Biological factor, physical factor, and socio-economic factor. Physical factor, physical economic factor, and socio-economic factor. And the answer is the D. Physical factor, physical economic factor, and the socio-economic factor. Next question is the occupancy rates are arrived by area density, population density, area accommodation density, population density, accommodation density. And the answer is the D, population density, accommodation density. Next question is which of the following is not a major land use zone in regional plan? Industrial zone, agricultural zone, urbanizable zone, and commercial zone. And the answer is the D, commercial zone. Thank you.